Okay, we got the Survivor Series on Sunday. Now, of course, I actually had to hunt around to try to find out if they actually had a Survivor Series match. I was hoping for a Team Nexus versus a Team Raw, but it looks like they're down to 3 members of Nexus not doing anything, which would be McGillicuddy, Harris, and Otunga. I really don't want to see those 3 guys with 2 other people in a match against anybody. They're all way too green. Okay, so here we go. Divas Championship match. It's 2-on-1 handicap. Lay cool Natalya. Let's be honest. Natalya's been chasing that belt for a long time. With Ray the Hart Dynasty, it almost makes sense to finally have Natalya get that belt. You know, they cheat. McCool cheated. Layla cheated. You might as well have Natalya get the win on this one. Tag Team Championship match. This is the first one we've actually seen, presented, not just like randomly happening. Gabrielle and Slater versus Morella and Kozlov. On the Gabriel Slater team, Slater has done nothing. Nothing. He essentially is the guy holding the title for no reason. Morella and Kozlov. Anna, can I see them being tag team champions? Knowing how Nexus is being pushed pretty heavily, if you go on the WWE's main site, it looks like almost like a scene from Saw with different members Nexus in the background. So I'll say Nexus retains. Kane versus Edge. I really don't care. Kane had a great feud going on with Taker. Once Taker left, it's him and Edge. It's not as good. Do I think Edge needs a title run right now? Maybe. I have no idea who's waiting in the wings to challenge either one of those two. So I will go with Kane retaining. Okay, Sheamus versus Morrison. Their match they had on Raw was sick. A while back, when Sheamus threw Morrison off the entranceway, and Morrison twisted a minute, landed on his feet. This is going to be a solid match, really solid match. I actually look for Morrison to win this. I'm picking Morrison. My gut kind of goes Sheamus does need a win, but at the same time, having Morrison win this puts him in a pretty good position to actually maybe make a run at Barrett. Try to see if he actually can run a main event scenario. Now 2 more matches have recently been added. Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase and Ziggler versus Caval. Remember how a while back I mentioned it'd be great to see Daniels and Caval in a title unification match, probably near Mania? They're kind of setting up for that, but I don't see Ted winning this one. I see Ted winning probably in December. Because, I think Ted's been in a big quagmire recently, and I think he needs to have Bryan defeat him to then have him kind of run Bryan down the whole month and then get the victory. I don't picture Ted walking away with the belt. He's finished having a relatively poor feud with Goldust. I don't picture them being like, well, you've done a lot of nothing since we brought you in beyond be part of stables. Here's the U.S. belt. No. Ziggler and Caval. Ziggler has been on a pretty decent tear recently. I also picture Ziggler hold on to that belt. Caval probably taking the title maybe in January. I can see December, January for Caval taking the belt, which could then probably lead to the Caval-Daniels match. And now we're down to the final match. Oh, I forgot. There's another Survivor Series match. It is Team Mysterio versus Team Del Rio. So it's Mysterio, Show, MVP, Kingston, and Masters versus Del Rio, Swagger, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Tyler Rex. I actually would love to see Del Rio's team win this with him as a sole survivor. To me, that's what would really help solidify Del Rio. And maybe if Edge were to win the title, you could have Edge feud against Del Rio. That's way too soon to put that guy in a main event title run. So I'll go with Team Del Rio. Orton versus Wade Barrett, freed or fired John Cena special guest referee. Oh, that's a mouthful. I almost actually could see Orton dominating Wade Barrett and trying to get disqualified. Because I think if Orton were to just go straight sick anti-hero face and just lay out Wade Barrett and punch him a couple of times to see if John Cena would either DQ him or stop the match. Because you want people to even think about, it's if Wade Barrett doesn't win the title, he's fired. The only person who can, Cena's fired. The only person who can fire him is Wade Barrett. If Barrett gets put into the hospital after the match from a punt, how's he going to fire Cena? Would Otunga fire Cena? Or, of course, I actually could. Because, see, I don't picture Barrett being able to win on his own. Next is barred from ringside. I'd like to see Barrett actually win this match. Now the belt handed to him, let's see him actually win it. And then, having it laid up by John Cena, the Miz come cash in his Money in the Bank, then it's done. So I picture Barrett probably becoming champion. I think he needs it. He's been floundering a lot since the feud with John Cena. If Barrett wins, then you get to see Cena destroy Barrett for the title. Which works, which helps him essentially destroy Nexus. I picture Kane retaining, Team Del Rio. I'll go with Tag Belt staying, Morrison winning, Natalya winning. Yeah, I'll go with Daniels winning and Cabal winning, and Ziggler retaining.